Good evening. You see lying before you Morgan. He will let you know what he thinks of various individuals that have not been revealed to him as of yet.
Yeah, I don't know who, but apparently I have feelings on lots of people. Very opinionated, apparently.
Let's start off with an easy one.
Who?
Fran Lebowitz.
Holding grudges is just another word for having standards.
We were talking about Fran Lebowitz earlier. I really like Fran Lebowitz, but you know, she has some problematic opinions. It's true, but I also like that about her. And she repeats herself a lot. Like every interview she says the same thing. And she gets so annoyed at people, but I just love how like she just freaks out like on air all the time. And people just eat it up, like she's selling out stadiums. Just like, wow. And she literally just says all the time, she's like, I don't do anything. She wrote 2 books. And I'm like, they're okay. But I just fucking love to hear her talk, and everyone just loves to hear her talk. And she just really got popular by just being iconic, by just really sticking to this one particular brand of being herself. And that people just really like that brand, and they like that she talked about New York in the 70s, because everyone wishes they were in New York in the 70s, and, you know, all the other stuff. Like, if I talk too much about it, there's no point, because it's just like, we'll just listen to her talk about it, because she never fucking shuts up about it. And that's the beauty of Fran Lebowitz, you know?
Next up, Barack Obama.
Just learn how to get stuff done.
Um,
And what I mean by that is,
he had a really hard job. It's gotta take a lot out of a person to just know so much about so many made up things.
Mm-hmm.
All they do is talk and write, which is talking on paper. Does he not like feel crazy? Did he not go crazy? But he did. Like, he had all this gray hair after and everything, and I'm like, it's a lot of pressure. Like, it's a lot of pressure. But then he did all the war crimes and everything. It's like, just gotta feel like really unfair, because he's like, guys, you got me here because of the attributes in me. That means I'm gonna do war crimes, and then they don't. It's literally like the Adrian Lenker lyric. You turn me inside out and then you want the outsides in. That was so good when you pointed that out. I think about that a lot. I think it's a really good...
People don't understand that lyric.
I know. I loved when you... Sometimes, like, I just think of these little things that I love about you. And just that one time that you were like... just out of the blue, like, people just don't get it, and then you explained it. I'm like, it was so lovely, and I just think about that, and I'm like, wow, I love you.
Mm-hmm.
Usually I don't get to talk about celebrities and stuff, because I have, like, a rule in my head that I shouldn't talk about, like, people, I guess.
All right, next up, the Cheshire Cat.
Ooh, that's a good one. I love Alice in Wonderland as a concept. Like, they were on some good shit. Cheshire Cat was definitely one of them. A lot of Alice in Wonderland sucks so hard. And people don't remember the parts that suck. But people remember the Cheshire Cat. It's kind of hot, right? Like, it's a hot idea. Like, obviously, I don't know, like, other people grew up with like the Disney Alice in Wonderland, so I guess they think of him as like a big purple cat. But I just heard, like, I had an audiobook of the book, and so I'm just imagining this like terrifying smile. Like, I was afraid as a child of the Cheshire Cat. And so there's something very, like, appealing about that to me now. I'm like, it's like a demigod, you know, like this kind of like trickster god. And a lot of the people that I'm attracted to, I feel this like the elusiveness of the chase, you know, of the like playful evasion.
Oh.
Is that enough?
Oh my goodness. All
now
right.
Luke is just thinking, how much like the Cheshire Cat am I?
Mm-hmm. Rhett.
He's got no chin.
Why keep hair from growing anywhere on your body if it naturally wants to grow?
I can't talk about Rhett because I just know Good Mythical Morning as like a clump. Like, I really don't watch it at all. But for some reason, I saw like a snippet of it somewhere, and I like just started researching photos of like them young and like their partners and everything, and like I'm very into like the long hair thing, like the just like very like Greek god, like growing everything out, like curly long hair. So I'm just like, I look at him and I'm like, whoa. But then it's like so funny that he has no chin. I'm so sorry. Please, like, it's a great move. Like, grow a beard if you have no chin, but it's like, I just think a lot about being with him and what that would be like. And it's like, if you're with a man that grows a beard, and it's like, you've got to appreciate the beard, but I just feel like a lot of people would be more comfortable than I am with like not being like, well, he has a beard, so that's good. And they would just say, never shave it, like you need the beard. And it's just like, you've got to be attracted to him equally without the beard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or it just creates a complex. Right now in my life, I'm with a man who can grow facial hair and likes facial hair, and I like it, but it's like I need the variety. Like, I do, like, right now he has a mustache and no beard, and it's nice because it's like I like it with the beard and I like it without the beard, and I need to know that I like it both ways, like that I just like can handle him with any way that he can look. I need to be okay with everything. Or am I really in love with him if I just am like, no, never shave? I don't know anything more about Rhett than his physical appearance, so that's all I can talk about.
Okay. Plato.
It's just like people who are that big, I'm like, you can think like, oh, like so basic, right? But no one knew about any of that. No one's had thoughts like that before him. Like, he worked for so many people, and he just like really was like blowing shit up. And so it's like, you've just got to respect that. Like, you've got to respect Times New Roman. You can't disrespect Times New Roman. And Plato is to philosophers what Times New Roman is to fonts. I don't know. The whole thing is like, is Socrates is real, and is Plato? There's so much like conjecture, right?
I mean,
was Socrates, like, people think that Socrates was made up, don't they? Or Plato was made up? Which one? Who is a student of who?
well, Socrates didn't write. Okay, this is from what I understand.
So Plato was a student of Socrates.
Socrates, but Socrates didn't write things. But Socrates became a character in Plato's writings.
So people think that Plato just made up Socrates as like an allegorical figure?
No, I think people think Socrates is real, but
Some
it's
people
like
don't.
how much of the content of what Plato wrote about him is accurate or not, right?
I see.
Or is it like a fictionalized version of him?
So if he just was writing things that Socrates didn't say, he's such a grifter. Like, just write them yourself. Become cool. And be like, I said it.
Maybe he's humble like that.
No, it's not humble. That's some grifter bullshit.
And then, well, it's like a classic stack, right? Like Socrates taught Plato, who taught Aristotle, who taught Alexander the Great. It's like...
Okay, Alexander the Great does not belong in there. He was doing some other shit that
he kind of
do
fell
not
off.
approve of.
He kind of fell off because, you know, like, who did he teach? He just killed a bunch of people.
Yeah, because of the wars.
Yeah.
He banged Cleopatra? Question
That was
mark?
Mark Antony. That's, yeah.
But they were around at the same time, weren't they? Or was that totally different? Some things like that, I'm like, I just lost like a huge demographic of people. They're like, bro doesn't know the time period of Alexander the Great.
Yeah.
Why should I care about anything he says?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
All right. Robert Pattinson.
He's such a like.
I think I am a judgmental and cynical person who would just mindlessly hate it without having seen anything. So like, I just think I'm a bad person.
I'm just like, oh, I know that type. Not like in the movie. Like literally, like the interviews with him and everything. It's like, it would be so easy to be in love with somebody like that, but it's like, is he happy? Like, does he think he's beautiful? Like, what is he, like, behind, like, what does he think? Like, what's, you know, like,
Yeah.
like, I will, like, just show up and be like, here I am. And I think he's matured a lot as a person, and it's, like, very, I don't know, it's very relatable, like, the way that he's, like, shit-talking movies that he's in. And then he just, like, now is in better movies and doesn't do that anymore. And it's, like, real character growth. But, like, is he happy? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Kill it, please. Kill it. Is it an ant? Luke, you gotta kill it.
What?
I don't know, literally anything. It's gotta be stopped. Luke, kill it hard. You do not know anything about ants if you think that's how it's under it. Bro. You need to crush it hard. Just hit it with your foot, Luke. No, hit it, hold it down and crush it. You need to crush it. It needs prolonged time.
Okay.
Is it still recording?
No, I cut.
How many people was that?